to our new video, position size planner. Today we are going to address one big question which many traders avoid, right? How much quantity should I trade with? Right? This is a very important question, but many traders fail to understand this and they end up losing a lot of money. So we are going to understand how to size our position and how much quantity should we trade with, right? But before getting started, make sure to subscribe our channel and watch our previous videos. They are segregated according to the playlist. As I told you, we have launched a new playlist, beyond charts, where we will be exploring the world beyond the charts. So yeah, do check out, it is worth seeing for sure, right? So coming back to our topic, let's see what we have today, right? So the biggest mistake by novice traders is, let me give you an example and I'll share you how they do the mistake, right? For example, they have a trading capital of 25,000 rupees. Now their leverage capital, let's assume the leverage is of 10 times. That is the minimum leverage that is provided. I would say there are many brokers who are providing 20 times, 25 times, 30 times, up to 30 times of leverage, and even more than that, right? If you go for a bracket order or a cover order. But let's just assume that the trader is using 10 times of leverage. So the leveraged capital is 25,000 multiplied by 10, that is 2,50,000 rupees. So what he'll do is, he will, for example, their entry price is of 500 rupees, the per share price is. So what they will do is their position size equals to 2,50,000 divided by 500, which will come to 500 shares. Now this is a very big mistake. Why? I'll tell you, right? If you trade with 10 times leverage and the stock moves against your direction for 1%, then you will be losing 10% of your trading capital. Now, I know many people will argue that if the stock is moving in our favor for 1%, then we will be earning 10% return on our actual capital, that is this capital. Yeah, it is true, but the thing is that you should consider trading as a business, not as a as a gambling activity. So in business, you always account for the losses, potential losses, I would say, right? And you will try to avoid that, but you will never account for the profits. I agree with the same, but if your strategy is 100% working, and still if you are losing your first 2 to 3 trades, which is very normal, losing streak of 5 to 6 trades in a row is very normal. So if you're losing 5 to 6 trades, then you end up losing 50 to 60% of your capital. There is a very good possibility, and this is the main reason why people are losing money, right? So 10 trades will wipe off your whole capital. For example, there is a losing streak of 10 trades. If the market is very volatile, your stop loss is getting hit every time, right? For 10 consecutive trades, then you will wipe off your whole capital. Now in trading, there is a saying that if you don't bet, you can't win, and if you lose all your chips, you can't bet. So yeah, this makes sense. Now there is a recovery circle, which is a vicious recovery circle, right? So if a stock price is of 500 rupees and you have kept a stop loss of 2 points and target of 4 points, you have a total capital of 25,000 rupees. You are, as the previous example I told you, you are using a leverage of 10 times. So your position will be of 500 shares, we have seen previous. What happens if your stop loss gets hit, right? Your loss would be 500 shares into 2 points. Your stop loss is of 2 points. So you will be losing 1,000 rupees, right? Your loss percentage is 1,000 divided by 25,000 rupees into 100, which will come to 4%. So you have lost 4% on your total capital of 25,000 rupees. Now to recover this 1,000 rupees from the balance capital of 24,000 rupees, right? After incurring the loss, next day you will be left with 25,000 minus 1,000 of the loss of the previous day. So you need a return on investment of 4.17%, right? That is 1,000 rupees divided by 24,000 into 100. So that is more than what you have lost to reach your break-even level, right? Are you with me in this case? Because this is tricky to understand, but you require more return on investment to recover your loss of the previous trade, right? Just to recover 1,000 rupees from your balance capital of 24,000 rupees, you need 4.17%. Now this seems to be a little bit, you would think like, okay, 0.17% doesn't make any much difference, right? But yeah, you should not ignore the fact, if you are losing more than 3 to 4 trades consecutively, then this figure will drastically, it will just go ahead and ahead. It will be, increasing at an increasing rate, right? So you should not ignore this little 0.17% of additional recovery, right? So the trader will be, trapped in this to reach to their break-even level also. Now, what is the process? I have told you the problem, what a novice trader is doing, right? But what do professionals do, right? So what is their process? We are much concerned about the solution rather than the problem, right? So to determine, first we need to determine the percentage risk per trade of your trading capital. Then the second is to determine the position size based on your actual risk value. Now this is a theory, but I'll show you how it is done, right? So for novice trader, my personal suggestion is 1% risk per trade is more than enough, right? You should not go beyond 1% risk per trade, and 5% risk per trade for professional traders, for pro traders, right? Those who have experience of at least 1 to 2 years or 3 years maybe. Even those traders also prefer to, play with 1 or 2% risk per trade rather than playing with 5% risk per trade. It will make sense once I show you the sample plan of how we determine the position size, right? So the position size, again, what will be the formula for it is risk per trade in rupees divided by the stop loss. It will be more clear again once I show you the example. So our sample plan is very clear. We have a stock price, a previous example, that is our stock price is of 500 rupees. The stop loss is of 2 points and the target is of 4 points. So our total capital is of 1 lakh rupees. Let's assume, right, we have a capital of 1 lakh rupees. The step one was to determine the risk per trade. Now assuming you are, conservative or a beginner in this trading world, so you will take 1% in this example. So 1 lakh rupees multiplied by 1% comes to 1000 rupees. Now step 2 will be the risk per trade, that is 1000 rupees, divided by loss per trade, that is 2 rupees, right? In this case it is 2 rupees, so divided by 2 rupees per share, it will come to 500 shares. Now what happens if you get stopped out? If you get the target, you are happy, we are happy, and done, right? But what happens if the stop loss gets hit, right? You would be losing 1000 rupees only. Your max loss is capped at 1000 rupees. Now what happens if next day you have, you lost 2 rupees per trade, you lost 1000 rupees. Next day the same trade is coming, right? The same trade of this 500 rupees stock price, 2 rupees of stop loss, and 4 rupees of target. Again your loss per trade is 1000 rupees only, right? You would reduce your, shares to trade with, but you would not be giving 1000 more than 1000 rupees to the market, right? So this is how you should plan your position, not the other way around, which I show you in the starting, right? So if the max loss per trade is of 1%, then it will take 100 trades to wipe off our whole capital. Now in any trading systems, if you have 100 consecutive losing trades, then boy, you need to work on your trading strategy, right? The trading is not for you. But the thing is that you may be losing 5 trades, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 10 trades at max consecutively, but then there will be a winning streak of 10, let's say 5 trades, which will, recover the whole loss. That is possible, but you won't be wiped off totally from your capital. You have chips to bet on the market, correct? So lastly, I would say leverage is a double-edged sword. Use it wisely, right? This is only the difference between the professional trader and the beginner level, right? So I hope you like this video. It will be helpful to you in deciding your position size. If you have any queries, you can email us or you can drop a WhatsApp message, and make sure to follow us on our social cover. Our handle is TradewithNik and the links are given in the description below. Thank you so much. Have a nice time. Bye bye.